Welcome to Progressive Social. Today we are moving to the second part of the chapter Understanding Secularism. In the first part, we learned about what is secularism and why is it important to separate religion from the state. Today, we will learn what is Indian secularism and the difference between Indian secularism and other democratic nations. The Indian constitution mandates that the Indian state be secular. According to the constitution, only a secular state can realize its objectives to ensure the following: that one religious community does not dominate another, and some members do not dominate other members of the same religious community, and the third one is that the state does not enforce any particular religion nor take away the religious freedom of individuals. The Indian state work in various ways to prevent the above dominations. The main methods are: first one, the strategy of distancing itself from religion. The Indian state is not ruled by a religious group, nor does it support any one religion. In India, government spaces like law courts, police stations, schools, and other government offices are not supposed to display or promote any religion. That means celebration of religious festivals within the school and government offices would have been a violation of government policy of treating all religions equally. But this rule does not apply to private schools. The second method is the strategy of non-interference. In order to respect the sentiments of all religions and not interfere with the religious practices, the state makes certain exception for particular religious communities. For example, according to the traffic rules, it is mandatory to wear helmets while riding two-wheelers. But men from Sikh community does not have to wear helmet because the Indian states recognize that wearing pagri or turban is central to Sikh religious practices, and in order not to interfere with their religious practices allows an exception in the law. The third way is strategy of intervention. Caste system is a good example where members of the same religion dominate other members within it. In order to prevent this religion based exclusion and discrimination of lower caste, the Indian constitution banned untouchability. In this case, the state is intervening in religion in order to end a social practice that it believes discriminate and violates the fundamental rights of lower caste people. Sometimes the intervention of the state can also be in the form of support. The Indian constitution grants the right to religious communities to set up their own schools and colleges. It also gives them financial aid on a non-preferential basis. Now let us examine in what way is the Indian secularism different from that of other democratic countries. Some of the objectives of Indian constitution are similar to the constitution of other democratic countries. For example, the first amendment of US Constitution prohibits legislature from making laws respecting an establishment of religion. That means legislature cannot declare a religion as official one. nor they can give preference to one religion. In America, the separation between state and religion means that neither the state nor religion can interfere in the affairs of one another. This is the important difference in which Indian secularism different from USA. Unlike the strict separation between religion and state in American secularism, in Indian secularism, the state can intervene in religious affairs. For example, Indian constitution intervened in Hindu religious practices to abolish untouchability. Any interference in religion by the state has to be based on the ideals laid out in the Indian constitution. Now, let us check one law passed by the government of France. In February 2004, France passed a law banning students wearing any conspicuous religious or political symbols such as Jewish skull cap, Islamic headscarf, and large Christian crosses. There was a mass resistance from the immigrants who are mainly from French colonies of Algeria, Tunisia, and Morocco. In 1960, France had faced shortage of workers and therefore had provided visas for these immigrants to come and work in the country. The daughters of these immigrants often wear headscarves while attending schools. However, with the passing of this new law, they have been expelled from their school for wearing headscarves. In this case, you can see that how the government interfered in the religious matters. So let us conclude this chapter. The Indian state is secular and works in various ways to prevent religious domination. The important aspect of secularism is its separation of religion from the state power. In order to function democratically, it is necessary for a democratic country to separate religion from it. The three methods used by the India government to prevent the religious domination are the strategy of distancing itself from the religion, the strategy of non-interference, and the strategy of intervention. The Constitution guarantees fundamental rights that are based on secular principles. But this is not to say that there is no violation of these rights. Such violation happens frequently, and we need a constitution mechanism to prevent this. We can use our rights to take action against these dominations and violations against the citizens. Thank you.